Welcome to Breakfast with Spaniels with Dr. Judy Morgan.
Okay, Instagram's working. Oh, and Facebook's working. It's my lucky day. Hello, hello.
Remember, you can purchase all of Dr.
Hi,
Morgan's
Emma.
products at her website at www.drjudymorgan.com. Now it's time to sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
Okay. I'm going to plug in for Facebook because I think that will help my audio. We'll see. All right. Yes, on Instagram, Emma Rutherford is online, and we love her. We keep talking about our dinner time conversation is trying to figure out how we can turn going to the UK and Europe as a business trip. And so we talk about Emma and Dr. Nick and Dr. Connor and how we need to organize something with all those awesome people so that way we can travel and visit everyone in the UK. So we'll keep you posted if we can figure out creative ways to afford to be able to do that. Maybe we need a summit or something in the UK. We'll have to figure out a fun thing to do. Okay, so today we actually got in some new stuff that the doc bought down at the Global Pet Expo in Florida a few weeks ago. And she is in a training all weekend. So I am going to start us off with checking out some of these new things. So today specifically, I wanted to talk about cooling mats, which we have been looking at for probably 3 or 4 years. But we've never pulled the trigger on them because we were always worried with a lot of the cooling mats that we saw if the dog or cat, I guess, but mostly dogs, were to chew them up and get to the inside. A lot of them have toxic chemicals on the inside that have chemical reactions, and that's how you actually get the cooling effect, is because of those chemicals inside. So we weren't super thrilled with that just from a safety perspective. Even though, obviously from the outside, they're not dangerous, but she went ahead and found some that use water, basically ice cubes on the inside. So that way, if your dog does chew it up, it's not going to be overtly filled with toxic chemicals, which is always good. So I did want to start out really quick, reminding everyone that on the website, and I will copy and paste it actually, we have a page called Upcoming Events. And on that page are all of the events that we have scheduled coming up. They're almost always online. There are a few in-person things on there, but they're all free right now. So if you are looking for additional information or really awesome free events, we've got one next week, of course, is our Heart Health Week, which is just live on social media. We also, on the 21st, we're doing a webinar on ozone therapy, which is a really big popular topic. So if you want to learn more about ozone therapy, definitely sign up for that one, and that can be used in cats, dogs, horses, people. We have on April 23rd the Natural Horse Care Summit. If you know any horse people, the lineup is really amazing. Dr. Joyce Harmon is kicking us off at 9 a.m. and she was the one that helped me save Goliath's life the last 2 times that he had some medical emergency. She's probably my favorite equine vet out there. I fangirl over her every time she talks to me. So that's going to be a really, really awesome event for anyone that is into equines. And then April 26th, we just put up the registration page. It's going to be a free webinar. It is with Dr. Judy and Julianne Lee of Adored Beast Apothecary. And they're going to be talking about inflammatory bowel disease, which is a really, really hot topic. So if you are interested in gut health or you have a pet with IBD, dogs or cats, definitely sign up for that free webinar with the two of them. And we will have plenty more online events coming up in June, July, August, September, every single month. Okay, that's that. So to start off, why we wanted to get cooling mats in the store. This is actually something that we have needed ourselves, especially with the small dogs, the English toys, and the Cavaliers. All of ours have special needs, and especially any of those breeds that have the short noses, your pugs, Brussels, all those kinds of dogs, bulldogs. They are going to overheat a little bit easier in the summer, but they also, with Cavaliers, a lot of them have heart issues. And so with heart issues, they can get stressed out a little bit easier than just your average healthy animal. So in the summer in North Carolina especially, it gets really, really hot, really humid, very high risk of heat stroke for our animals. And so if you've never had a dog or cat with heat stroke, obviously they will be excessively panting. Usually there's quite a bit of saliva. Their tongue will be a dark red color. They can't get comfortable. They might be lethargic or just like sprawled out on the ground. And so if you see any of those symptoms in your dog, or this can happen to cats too, has been out in the heat, the first thing that you want to do is get them into a cool area, which, inside and air conditioning is preferred. But if you're, out in the field or something, if you can find shade, offer them water. However, don't make it ice cold water. Try to do, like cool or just room temperature water. And the same thing for if you want to physically cool them down, don't use ice cold water on them. That can actually send them into shock. So you want to apply like a lukewarm or cool water to specifically their head and their extremities to try to cool them down a little bit quicker. But you do not want to submerge them in cold water. You don't want to hose them down with, ice cold water if their body temperature is, especially if their body temperature is increased. You can apply like rubbing alcohol to their foot pads. That helps cool them down as well. When I've been in the situation of having an animal that had heat stroke, I don't think I had any alcohol on hand, but it's good to know. Whoops. Okay, I think I'm back. Yeah, and so if you can get them in the AC, behind a fan, anything like that to try to cool them down, that is really, really important. And if you can monitor their temperature rectally, if it goes above 106, that's what we consider heat stroke and definitely need to go to the vet immediately. Oops, my Instagram is doing something really weird. Okay, I don't know what's going on with Instagram. I have no idea. Okay. So anyway, and if you are concerned that your dog or cat has gotten heat stroke, definitely rush them to the veterinarian. Oh my gosh, I don't have any sound. Hold on. Okay, Instagram, I might have to stop and start again. I'm gonna do that. Hold on, Facebook, sorry. There we go. I'm back. So this heat stroke can be fatal. It can cause organ failure. And we have seen, unfortunately, it's really sad when it happens, but we have seen that in the clinics, especially in the summertime when, some of them were outdoor dogs or just dogs that are running around exercising.